Hey hunters, I'm Matthias, and I've enjoyed metal detecting for over 3 years. If you click this video, you're looking to start treasure hunting and need help choosing the best beginner detector. Stay with me until the end and you'll know which detector is best for finding your treasures. First, hunters, let's learn how a metal detector works. The detector generates a magnetic field around the coil, identifying each metal's conductivity. When a metal passes through this field of the detector, it emits a signal, hunters. Usually, beginner detectors will have two ways to identify metals, which are by sound and by the identification that appears on the screen. The number on the screen shows the metal's conductivity signal. With these signals, you'll better identify metals even among common beach trash like pull tabs. The pull tab usually gives a signal of 29 or 30, so it's a signal I usually don't dig on the beach because there are a lot of 29 or 30 signals, which are the pull tabs from cans. So, with these detectors that have signals to help you identify, you don't have to keep digging up so much trash anymore, right, hunters? Besides that, there will also be the sound from the detector, which will depend on the settings you use. Depending on each sound the detector makes, you'll be able to identify whether the metal is more or less conductive. The next thing we're going to look at is kilohertz, which is the frequency of the detectors. Beginner detectors usually come with a more fixed frequency. Let's begin with the low frequencies, hunters, ranging from 5 to 10 kilohertz. These low frequencies help detect larger, deeper objects. Higher kilohertz like 20, 30, or 40 is better for detecting smaller, thinner gold objects. But on the other hand, it ends up losing a bit of depth. So do you understand that you gain on one side and lose on the other? Well, now that this part is clear, now, you need to understand what multi-intelligence quotient is. This multi-intelligence quotient technology is present in only a few beginner detectors, so it's important for you to understand frequency. What is multi-intelligence quotient? Multi-intelligence quotient works with all frequencies at the same time. A detector with 20 kilohertz of power can operate at both low and high frequencies simultaneously. The detector emits multiple signals simultaneously, making it much more powerful. It also has depth because of the low frequencies, and also precision because it also works at high frequencies. A multi-intelligence quotient detector can significantly enhance your treasure hunting experience. That's an important factor to consider when buying our detector. If you want a detector with power, with stronger discrimination, with quality, detectors with multi-intelligence quotient frequency make the detector more powerful. Now let's get to what matters. Now that you know how the detector works, let's talk about the best treasure hunting detectors. Reminder, all detector and accessory links are in the pinned comment and description. The first one we're going to talk about here is the Go Find. It's the beginner of beginners, usually recommended for kids, hunters, and it only has 4 signals that reduces its accuracy, you know? It's not waterproof, so don't get the coil or central processing unit wet, okay? Hunters, be very careful when you take it to the beach. If you get too close to the salt water, it might cause interference, so I don't recommend taking it to the beach. Alright? The Go Find has a fixed frequency of only 8 kHz, so it's going to be good for larger and deeper objects. Reminder, the Go Find beeps the same for all metals, hunters. It lacks strong identification ability. Going to the beach and identifying metals is what motivates us. We need a detector that can identify metals. There's no way around it. If the detector can't identify, you'll dig up lots of trash and may quit the hobby. So it's good for us to get a detector that has at least 50 to 100 signals so we can identify metals on the beach. This helps us dig up more conductive objects and increases our chances of finding precious metals. Next, we'll discuss the Intrepid and Voyager, both operating at 8 kHz. You can only get its coil wet, okay hunters? It's not waterproof, but you can get the coil wet. You can lower the bottom part to about a meter, but avoid getting the top part wet or you'll void the detector's warranty. The Intrepid, simpler than the Voyager, features 6 signals and 2 search modes. It's better than the Go Find since you can wet the coil and it has 100 hunter signals. Remember when I mentioned signals for identifying metals? Using 100 signals lets you identify metals very precisely. In the beginning, you won't know which signals are good or bad, but when you dig and understand how metal conductivity works, it will give you an amazing learning curve. So, for its market value, it's a great cost benefit for you who want to have fun with your son, or even to start picking up some golds on the beach and get a more powerful detector. And the Voyager has 4 search modes, hunters. It's a bit better than the Intrepid. The Intrepid and the Voyager are battery-powered detectors too, hunters, so you need to buy that rechargeable battery to put in your detector. That's good since the battery can die at the beach. With a spare, you can swap it and keep hunting, right? With a fixed battery, you'd need to go home to charge it. That's a key advantage of this detector. Besides that, the Voyager comes with a feature which is noise cancellation. Noise cancellation is great for getting rid of interference in the area. Since the detector has a magnetic field, it can even be interfered with by Wi-Fi, radio waves, and many other things can interfere with the detector's signal. Noise cancellation will help a lot if you're in an area with a lot of magnetic interference. Let's move to the fourth on our list, the XTerra Pro. I have a full video on the channel covering the XTerra Pro. It's already up here. I'll leave it in the card for you to check out. It has all the information and a slightly different function. It doesn't use multi-intelligence quotient. It has fixed frequencies, 8 kHz for beaches and up to 15 kHz for fields and parks. Alright, but what puts the XTerra Pro above the other cost-effective detectors is that it's completely waterproof. It also has 120 tones plus noise cancellation and ground balance, making it a more complete detector. It's not multi-intelligence quotient, but it can still be a great option to start the hobby. Many detectorists start with the XTerra Pro. Find a lot of gold and then move on to a more powerful detector after that, because it's waterproof. You can go deeper into the waves at the beach to reach more valuable metals and have a better chance of finding gold, right? Hunters. That's why it's a viable option for you to start getting into the hobby. If you plan to enter the water, get a waterproof detector immediately for better results. And the fifth and last one on our list of beginner detectors is the Vanquish. Vanquish is an older, simpler detector with a very easy to use interface. It's super intuitive. It does automatic noise cancellation, automatic ground balancing. You don't need to do anything, just turn it on and start hunting. It's very simple. And it's a detector with up to 20 kHz multi-intelligence quotient. So today I'm here to tell you that the Vanquish is the best option for you if you're just starting out. Hunters, be careful, it's not waterproof. Don't get the detector's central processing unit where the numbers show wet. You can get the coil's bottom wet up to 1 meter, but avoid wetting the central processing unit, that's all. Many call it the king of the beach. Detectorists insist the Vanquish is the best beach hunting detector. Alright, I started with the Vanquish 540, and I can tell you guys that it's an exceptional detector. Whether you pick the 340, 440, or 540. Just remember that each one of them will have some improvements both in search modes and some extra settings. But no matter which one you choose, you'll already have an amazing detector in your hands. Because of its multi-intelligence quotient capability, it works with both low and high frequencies. The Vanquish has 50 target IDs, 10 of which are negative, ranging from -10 to 0 to indicate ferrous targets. From 1 to 40 positive signals mean more conductive metals, alright? The Vanquish 340 is the most basic, offering 3 search modes. The Vanquish 440 has more with 5 search modes. It also includes extra settings like the pinpointer, which helps locate objects more precisely. It doesn't really change your hunt much. Now, the Vanquish 540 also includes iron bias along with all its settings. For those of you who go to more mineralized soil, it already has these settings to eliminate that noise from iron residues. Many times we go to fields and the rocks themselves have ore inside, and they can give these false signals, right? This detector has a setting to eliminate false signals you can't dig up, besides Bluetooth and some other extra settings. And finally, hunters, I'll give you a bonus, a treasure hunter's tip. If I were to start the hobby today, which detector would I get? If I had a little extra money, I would start with the XTerra Elite. Guys, there's a full video about it here, including rescuing gold with it. Okay, click here on the video and take a look. I did the whole step by step to show you how it works. Because it has 40 kHz, it makes it much more powerful. It's more precise for picking up gold chains, small earrings, and other small gold items. It's also fully waterproof and has 120 signals. Hunters, have you picked your detector? For a more affordable detector that delivers results, choose the Intrepid. It's an excellent option. You'll have a great learning curve with this detector. Choose the Vanquish if you want a detector with more advanced technology and better identification. Any of them will be excellent. Alright, hunters, even for rescuing smaller gold objects. With multi-equalizer technology, it will be much more powerful and stronger. Great job, hunters. Lastly, if you plan to dive, will you use a detector in the sea? Get the fully waterproof XTerra Pro detector. All detector lenses and accessories will be available in the pinned comment below. Hunters, if you have questions, comment and I'll answer them all, including bringing more videos explaining what the life of a detectorist is like. Now you have no excuse. Do you know the best detectors to start with? I'll be waiting on the beaches. Don't forget to like and subscribe, hunters. See you next time.